We are now okay. Live on YouTube. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Live on eBay. Set this over here. All right. Get on both. All right, here we go. This is going to be our 12-box mixer. 2024 Topps Cosmic Chrome, Topps Inception, and Topps Finest. I'm going to run through the teams and who has them. Starting off with Scott B with the Cardinals, Michael P with the Falcons, Bears, Vikings, Tom S with the Ravens, Titans, Anthony G with the Bills, Panthers, Bengals. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Anthony G with the Bills, Daniel S with the Panthers, Michael B with the Bengals, Tom S with the Browns and Seahawks, Tyrone J with the Cowboys, James G with the Broncos, Eric S with the Lions, Joshua R with the Packers, Niels C with the Texans, Richard T with the Colts, Jets, 49ers, and Buccaneers, Myra R with the Jaguars, Evan J with the Chiefs, Steve K with the Raiders, James C with the Chargers, Robert T with the Rams and the Commanders, Paul D with the Dolphins, Thomas F with the Patriots, David G with the Saints, Douglas W with the Giants, John H with the Eagles, and Robert S with the Steelers. Alrighty, let's jump into first box. What do we want to do? Let's jump into Cosmic here for box number 1. Set this over a little bit. I saw that, yeah. Rogers signed with the Steelers. Yep. All right, let's get these all situated here. All right, here we go. Good luck. Michael B with Bengals. Yes, Michael B with the Bengals. Yeah, I went on a little run there where I was just reading and not saying names, so I apologize. I went back and fixed it. Barry Sanders. Is that Denard Robinson? It is. Former Michigan quarterback there. Adrian Peterson on the Galaxy Greats, and Rook Arororo on the rookie for the Falcons. Dan Marino, Jones, Gates, and Edrin Cooper for the Packers. Will Levis, and there's Aeneas Smith for the Philadelphia Eagles, followed by Ray Lewis on the Galaxy Greats. Steve Young for the 49ers, CJ Stroud for the Texans, Kurt Warner on the Launched into Orbit, and Aeneas Smith again for the Eagles. Gronk, Howie Long, Joey Porter, and Ben Sinnott for the Commanders. Bailey, Bo Nix on the Star Command for the Denver Broncos there, and Byron Murphy for the Seattle Seahawks. Brian Westbrook, Troy Aikman launched into Orbit, and Star Clusters of CJ Stroud and Caleb Williams there, followed by Jawar Jordan for the Houston Texans, former Louisville running back. Slide this over a little bit. Jim McMahon, Michael Pratt launched into Orbit, Drew Brees on the Star Command, and Roman Wilson. Chris Long, Archie Manning, Ricky Williams, and Troy Franklin for the Denver Broncos. That is Boomer Esiason on the, what are these called again? Nucleus? Nebula? I forgot what these were called. Boomer Esiason. Nucleus, I think. Peyton Manning and Chris Jenkins. Nucleus, right? Yeah, Nucleus. It's right there on the box, Seti. Rod Smith, Anthony Richardson, Randy Moss, and Dylan Lobb for the Raiders. Phil Simms, Travis Chasing Kelsey, jeez, Teddy Bruschi on the Galaxy Greats, and Spencer Rattler. We have red inbound. Good luck. Joshua Cribbs. We're going to go from the back here. It's Jonathan Brooks. Red is going to be Drew Brees. Red 5 of 5 for the New Orleans Saints. Very nice hit there on the Drew Brees. Red 5 of 5. That's a good looking card there. Jerry Rice, Adrian Peterson, Theo Johnson on the rookie refractor there, and Marvin Harrison Jr. Kelly Lewis, Dwayne Bowe, Keon Coleman. Joe Montana, Eddie George on the refractor. That is 3 people. Rob Gronkowski, Tom Brady, and Danny Amendola all for the Patriots, and Jatavion Sanders. Bob Greasy, Terry Bradshaw, Tony Dorsett on the Galaxy Greats, and Johnny Wilson for the Philadelphia Eagles there. Purple inbound, Eddie George, Doug Flutie, Jacob Cowing for the 49ers. Austin Reed, 85 out of 150 for the Chicago Bears on the purple. Jamal Charles, Christian Okoye, Lawrence Taylor, Galaxy Greats, and Jermaine Burton for the Bengals. Last pack here of Cosmic. Way to start, though, with the red Drew Brees to 5. All right, we'll jump into Finest, and then we'll hit an Inception after. Thank you. Empty box. Blue X-Fractor of Adonai Mitchell, 67 of 75 there. Jaden Daniels on the team Finest. Sorry about that. Eli Manning was stuck behind him on the Field Generals. Ray Lewis and Caleb Williams on the rookie there. Sanders, Smith, Lynn Dickey, Jalen Wright, 11 of 25 for the Miami Dolphins there. Nice hit on the Jalen Wright. Xavier Worthy, Boomer Esiason, Blake Corum, and Quinyon Mitchell there. First auto is going to be Finest Greats of Brett Favre. 18 of 25 on the Brett Favre auto there for the Green Bay Packers. Followed by Adrian Peterson, 242 out of 325 for the Vikings. Jalen Polk, Steven Davis, Chad Johnson, and Cade Stover for the Texans. Aeneas Smith, rookie auto for the Philadelphia Eagles there. Terrell Owens, Jaden Daniels on the X-Fractor there for the Commanders. Mason Smith and Johnny Wilson. Terrell Owens for the 49ers, 48 on the print out of 125. Sam Hartman, Dylan Johnson, Tavondre Sweat, and Mike Singletary. Last pack of our Finest box here. Chad Johnson, 143 out of 200 for the Cincinnati Bengals. We have our mystery card. Keon Coleman, Adonai Mitchell, Dwayne Bowe, and John Elway. Give me a second here while we reveal this card. Always. I do not like these cards. There we go. J.J. Watt for the Houston Texans there on the mystery. It's a mystery redemption, right? Our mystery card.
Mystery card, yeah.
Mystery card. All right, let's get into Inception here. So bring us to box number 3 of this 12-box break. Empty box. The wrong one. Starting off here with Jatavion Sanders for the Carolina Panthers. That is Bo Nix on the auto there for the Denver Broncos. 38 out of 50 for the Bo Nix and Denver Broncos spot. Very nice hit there. Next one up is going to be Enos Rakestraw Jr. 11 out of 125 for the Detroit Lions there. And Hakeem Nicks, 2 out of 50 for the New York Giants. It's got a really weird bend to it there. Followed by Irving Fryer, 51 of 75 for the New England Patriots. On our mem, that is going to be Antonio Freeman on the player-worn mem. 20 out of 150 for the Green Bay Packers. And Doug Williams to end that box of Inception off. Nice hit on the Bo Nix auto there to 50. Jumping back into Cosmic here. We did hit a Drew Brees red to 5 out of our first box of Cosmics. Let's see if we can hit something else pretty nasty here. Richardson, Randy Moss, Jason Witten, Galaxy Greats, and Jonah Ellis for the Denver Broncos. Antonio Gates, Nate Wiggins on the Nucleus for the Ravens. Dan Marino on the Star Command, and Nate Wiggins again on the rookie for the Ravens. We have orange. Good luck. Will Levis, Steve Young, Jace McClellan. We are upside down. That's going to be Wayne Krebet for the New York Jets. 3 out of 25 on the orange for the Jets. Nice hit there for the Jets. Wayne Krebet was a dog back in the days. We have green inbound here. So far, so good. Jason Kelsey, Guyton. We are upside down on the green. That is going to be Dwayne Bowe. 7 of 75 on the green speckle there for the Chiefs. CJ Stroud, Dickey, Chad Johnson for the Bengals on the Galaxy Greats, and Malik Washington for the Miami Dolphins. Jerry Rice, Peyton Manning launched into orbit for the Broncos. Jaden Daniels on the Star Command, and Frank Gore Jr. for the Bills. Peterson, Jamal Charles, Christian Okoye, and Trey Benson for the Cardinals. Champ Bailey, Jim Kelly, Ray Lewis, and Malachi Corley for the New York Jets. Bo Jackson and Barry Sanders on the star clusters there, and Chop Robinson on the rookie for the Dolphins. We have gold inbound, Quinyon Mitchell, star clusters of Jaden Daniels and Sam Hartman. And on our gold rookie auto, that is Caleb Williams. 3 on the print out of 50 for the Chicago Bears. Very nice hit. Gold rookie auto, 3 of 50 for the Chicago Bears. Next one up. Howie Long, Joey Porter. There's Jacob Cowing on the rookie refractor, and Lad McConkey. Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis, Michael Pratt launched into orbit, and Jalen McMillan for the Buccaneers. Brian Westbrook for the Philadelphia Eagles, Chris Long for the Rams, Drake May and Tom Brady on the star clusters, and Mason Smith for the Jaguars. Jason Sehorn, Drew Bledsoe, Dan Marino, Star Command. Archie Manning, Kurt Warner, Joshua Cribbs, and Enos Rakestraw Jr. for the Lions. Bob Greasy, Terry Bradshaw, Eddie George, and Jerzon Newton. We got gold again. That might be in the auto spot. There's no way, right? No way. Tom Brady, Galaxy Greats. Andre Reed on the refractor. Doug Flutie. Jim McMahon. Gold. That is Drake May. Launched into orbit. 5 on the print out of 50. Rookie QB showing up in this break. Very nice hit for the Patriots and Drake May there. Barry Sanders, Kurt Warner launched into orbit. Galaxy Greats, Walter Payton and Bo Nix on the rookie. This card have one pack. Or this pack has one card. Kamari Lassiter. That explains why that other pack had so many cards. Last pack here is going to be Denard Robinson, Dan Marino, Jones, and Marvin Hall Jr. for the Cleveland Browns there. Well, Cosmic has done us pretty well so far. Let's see if Finest can heat up for us here. Empty box. I believe we have a Bombardiers inbound, but before that, Bucky Irving, 68 out of 150. And on your Bombardiers, that's going to be Steve Young for the 49ers on the Bombardiers. Case hit for Topps Finest. Nice hit there. Marshall Falk is stuck. There we go. Marshall Falk, Estime, Hakeem Nicks, and Tom Brady for the New England Patriots. Kalen Bullock on the rookie, Jaden Daniels. That is red to 5. Roman Wilson on the Dynamos there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nice hit. Our second red to 5 this break. Broswell and Bo Nix. Auto is going to be Drew Bledsoe for the New England Patriots there on the autograph. I was going to say rookie. Boomer Esiason, 61 on the print out of 75 for the Bengals. This is true, Mick. We hit the Steve Young Bombardiers in the finest case earlier. Benson, Marino, Rattler, and Cole Bishop for the Buffalo Bills. Auto is going to be Roman Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This was a Roman Wilson box. Edgerrin James is going to be 80 out of 99 for the Indianapolis Colts. Barry Sanders, Randy Moss, and Adonai Mitchell for the Colts. Xavier Worthy on the rookie, Brett Favre, Peyton Manning, Michael Vick, and Dat Nguyen for the Dallas Cowboys. Craig Morton for the Denver Broncos, 159 out of 250. Bucky Irving, Brad Johnson, Estime, and Barry Sanders for the Lions there. Alrighty, Inception up next. After Inception, that'll take us to the halfway point. Yeah, Cheddar. Like, you're talking like retired players and rookies. Empty box. Marshawn Lloyd for the Packers. There's Michael Pratt on the rookie auto for the Green Bay Packers. Followed by Ricky Pearsall, 52 out of 125 for the 49ers. Blake Corum, 51 out of 125 for the Rams. Chris Spielman for the Detroit Lions there. Freshman fabric of Jatavion Sanders. I can't read. 7 out of 50. That's a nasty patch, too, by the way. Player worn. Look at that. 3-color patch. Nice hit there for the Panthers. And Hines Ward for the Steelers there. Jumping into our next box of Cosmic here. Does Joe Burrow or Chase sign in any? Mike or Mick? No, he does not. Or they do not. Not he. Multiple people. They do not. Empty box. Howie Long, Doug Williams, Walter Payton, and Devin Leary there for the Baltimore Ravens. Bryce Young launched into orbit. Jim McMahon, Bryce Young on the Star Command, and Adissa Isaac for the Baltimore Ravens. Cheddar, off the top of my head, I'm not too sure, man. Joey Porter, Brian Westbrook, Chris Long, and Xavier Legette for the Panthers. Michael Vick, Danny Amendola, Wayne Krebet, and Darius Robinson for the Cardinals. Archie Manning, Kurt Warner, Chad Johnson for the Bengals on the Galaxy Greats, and Audric Estime for the Denver Broncos there. Brian Dawkins, Ozzie Newsome on the Nucleus for the Cleveland Browns. Kurt Warner, Galaxy Greats, and Suamita for the Chiefs. Kingsley. Hit a 1-on-1 player shadow blast from organization first time physically myself. Nice. Ooh, we got gold and green here. Graham Barton on the rookie. Green first is going to be Jaden Daniels On the rookie green speckle, 57 of 75. Nice hit there for the Commanders. And on your gold star command, Kurt Warner, 16 out of 50 for the Arizona Cardinals there. Very nice hit. Cosmic has been good to us today. Josh Cribbs, Barry Sanders, Roman Wilson, 11 out of 150 there for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And Leatu Latu, sorry about that. D'Angelo Hall, D'Amico Ryans, Gronkowski on the Galaxy Greats, and Ricky Pearsall. Well, congrats on that pull, Nick. That's pretty fun, man. It's always nice pulling your first 101 for yourself. Denard Robinson, Anthony Richardson launched into orbit, Dan Marino, Star Command, and Jalen Wright for the Dolphins. John Elway, Emmitt Smith, Walter Payton, and Malik Neighbors for the G-Men. The Gigantes. Dan Marino, Jones, Antonio Gates, and Isaiah Davis for the New York Jets. Will Levis, Steve Young, star clusters of Jaden Daniels and Sam Hartman, and Peyton Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers there. Ooh, Andre Reed. That is Xavier Worthy on the Planetary Pursuit on the Sun for the Kansas City Chiefs. Followed by Tom Brady and Drake May and Dallas Turner for the Minnesota Vikings. Very nice hit there for the Chiefs. Sterling Sharp, Tom Brady, Donovan McNabb launched into orbit, and Blake Corum for the Rams. CJ Stroud, Dickey, that's John Rice Plumlee on the rookie refractor for the Jacksonville Jaguars, and Tyke Smith for the Buccaneers. Champ Bailey, Jim Kelly, Tom Brady on the Galaxy Greats, and Kamani Vidal for the Chargers there. Bo Jackson, Charlie Batch, Jim Kelly, Star Command, and I don't know who that guy is. Dorless for the Falcons. Ray Lewis, Dwayne Bowe, Joe Montana, and Brock Bowers on the rookie for the Raiders. Last pack here, Luke Kuechly, Archie Griffin, Rob Gronkowski, and Luke McCaffrey for the Commanders. Next box of finest up here. Empty box. Dallas Turner, Jonathan Brooks, Irving Polk. First auto is going to be Cameron Kinchins for the Los Angeles Rams there. Followed by Roger Craig, 102 out of 200 for the 49ers. 4 boxes after this one, Hayes. Chop Robinson on the finest debuts. Got some stuck there. There we go. Adrian Peterson on the Dynamos. J.J. Watt and Jermaine Burton for the Bengals. You got it, brother. McMillan, Wiggins, Williams, Clark, Hill, Jonah Ellis, Blake Corum, Tom Brady, Terrell Owens, and Terrion Arnold there for the Detroit Lions. Griffin, Smith, Long, Newton, Kamari Lassiter, Calvin Hill. That's going to be 110 out of 150 for the Dallas Cowboys there. Dan Marino, Field Generals, Quinyon Mitchell, Dan Marino, X-Fractors, and T.O. Dylan Johnson, Frank Gore, Harrison, Burton, Terry and Arnold. There's Don Majowski, 52 of 99 for the Green Bay Packers there. Dallas Turner, Eli Manning, and Jim Everett, X-Fractors, and Randy Moss. That's not auto. Anthony Gold, this. Nope, not yet. Auto's in the last pack, I guess. Doug Williams, 12 of 20 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Roman Wilson, Dante Culpepper, Terry and Arnold on the X-Fractor, and Chris Long. $16 of 25, Fred Taylor for the Jacksonville Jaguars there. Nice auto hit for the Jags. Keon Coleman, 118 out of 325 for the Buffalo Bills. Nate Wiggins. Adonai Mitchell, Terry and Arnold, and Peyton Manning to finish off that box of finest there. Empty box. I believe we have a redemption. Let's pull from the back here. Chad Johnson there on the first card. Yeah, let's pull the mem. Let's see. I don't know what that redemption is. On our mem, that is Trey Benson, 44 of 75. Sorry, I'm not even holding that in screen. 44 of 75 on the player worn mem. Larry Johnson, 39 of 75 there for the Kansas City Chiefs. Danny Amendola, 52 of 125 for the New England Patriots. I believe now we're getting into our autos. On our redemption, that is going to be Caleb Williams on the Providence patch auto red parallel to 5. Right? Inception red's to 5 too, right? I think so. Got to double check that. I'm pretty sure all red is to 5, but I'm also pretty sure that a red parallel would be to 5 better. But Inception sometimes is a little weird, so we'll double check to make sure it is.
No, I'm checking that.
Oh, okay. We'll double check to make sure it is, but I think it is. And on our last auto of this box, we're upside down here, going to be Jalen Wright for the Miami Dolphins. This kid should have a big year this year. We'll double check on this one, and I'll let you know for sure what that will be numbered to. 3 boxes left. We have Cosmic Chrome up next. We need some Jaden Daniels here.
2024, right? Inception?
Yeah, 2024 Inception. Empty box.
Red, it could be out of 25.
Red could be out of 25. Okay, so not confirmed out of 5, but could be.
No, yeah.
It's
Is
the
it dual. What is it called again?
Providence patch autograph. It's a patch auto.
Okay, Providence patch autographs. Red 75.
Damn, that's crazy. It's to 75 on the red Caleb Williams. That's crazy. I knew Inception was going to do some weird stuff like that. To 99, Peyton Manning. 94 of 99 on the blue Star Command there. That's right there. It's weird. Nice hit for the Colts and Peyton Manning. It's a good looking card too. Antonio Gates, Will Levis, Steve Young, and Eric All for the Bengals. Our nucleus is going to be Jim Kelly for the Buffalo Bills. Star clusters of Malik Neighbors, Xavier Worthy, and Keon Coleman. And then Javon Bullard for the Green Bay Packers there. We have gold incoming. Good luck, Champ Bailey. Caden Slovis for the Colts. And for the Detroit Lions, Billy Sims on the gold, 49 of 50 for the Detroit Lions. When Topps gets licensing, man, this stuff is going to smack. I mean, it's already smacking as is, but they're going to look so good. Marshawn Lloyd there. Jim Kelly, Ray Lewis, Donovan McNabb, Star Command, and Cameron Kinchins. Jerry Rice, Adrian Peterson, Star Clusters of Jonathan Brooks, Trey Benson, and Blake Corum there. Caleb Williams on the rookie. Dwayne Bowe, Joe Montana, Jerome Bettis, and Tyler Nubin. Jamal Charles, Christian Okoye, Cole Bishop, and on your blue, Michael Pratt, 74 of 99 for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Warren Moon, CJ Stroud on the launched into orbit, Terrell Owens, Galaxy Greats, and Walker for the Ravens. We got a white hole inbound. That's going to be Terrell Owens on the white hole parallel for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jerry Rice, Galaxy Greats, and John Rice Plumlee. Todd Heap, Boomer Esiason, Warren Moon, Star Command, and Joe Alt. Ozzie Newsome, Earl Campbell, Jermaine Burton on the rookie refractor there for the Bengals. And Fuaga for the Saints. Drew Bledsoe, Bob Greasy, Drew Brees launched into orbit, and Bucky Irving for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Keenan McCardell, Ricky Williams, Don Beebe, Galaxy Greats, and Olu Fashanu for the Jets. Terry Bradshaw, Eddie George, Troy Aikman, Galaxy Greats, and Jaden Daniels on the rookie. Doug Flutie, Jim McMahon, Rod Smith, and Carter Bradley for the Raiders. Keyshawn Johnson, Donovan McNabb, Kellen Winslow, and Fatani. Last two packs here of Cosmic. Chris Johnson, Jim McMahon launched into orbit, Troy Aikman, Star Command, and Chris Broswell for the Buccaneers. Anthony Richardson, Kellen Winslow, Tom Brady, and Wiley for the Kansas City Chiefs there. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got you. Yep. Jump into Inception next here, and then we'll end with Finest. Empty box. Gonna go from the back here. Herman Moore for the Detroit Lions. On our mem, that is going to be 75 out of 150 on the Lad McConkey for the Chargers. Very nice. Dwayne Bowe, 16 of 50 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Xavier Worthy, 7 of 25 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Cameron Kinchin's on the front. And our patch auto here is going to be Adonai Mitchell, 3 of 15 on the player worn mem. Look at that patch.
Oh, that's nasty.
Nasty patch there for the Colts.
Yeah, that's a nice.
That's a beauty right there. That's a nice one. And our last auto out of Inception is going to be Lad McConkey. That was a Lad McConkey box. You got the mem and you got an auto out of there. Nice hit for the Chargers there on the Lad McConkey. All right, jumping into our last box of this break. And I must say, this break has done pretty well as far as hitting some of the big name rookie chases. There are still a few more out there we'd like to see. Empty box. Maybe Finest can do that for us. Best of luck the rest of the way, y'all. Here we go. Nate Wiggins, Williams, Clark, Hill, Archie Griffin, Aeneas Smith, Keon Coleman, Trey Benson, Pat White. That's actually really cool for the Miami Dolphins on the X Factor. And Joe Alt for the Chargers. I actually had no idea Pat White was live in Topps Finest. Troy Smith, Long, Newton, Lassiter, Dylan Johnson, Ray Lewis, 3 on the print out of 75 for the Baltimore Ravens there. Followed by Kurt Warner, Troy Smith, Ray Lewis again on the X Factor, and Sam Hartman for the Commanders. Auto is going to be Jermaine Burton for the Cincinnati Bengals there. Johnny Wilson, 70 out of 250 for the Eagles. Sam Hartman, Field Generals, McMillan, Howie Long, and William Perry for the Bears. Bo Nix on the auto there for the Denver Broncos. Have a break, Bo Nix. Very nice hit on the auto for the Denver Broncos. Xavier Legette, 175 out of 200. Keon Coleman again. Emmitt Smith and Andre Reed. Peyton Manning, 113 out of 250 for the Indianapolis Colts. Jalen Polk, Keon Coleman, and Fred Taylor on the X Factors, and Chris Long there. Last pack of the break. Good luck. Malik Neighbors, Terrell Owens, finest debuts of Jalen Polk, 55 of 99 there for the New England Patriots. Craig Morton on the X Factor, and Peyton Manning. Give us a second here while we get ready for this recap, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, for our recap, starting with our lowest numbered auto to 25 is going to be Fred Taylor, and Brett Favre to 25 as well. Next up is going to be gold to 50. That is Caleb Williams, 3 on the print out of 50, followed by Bo Nix For the Denver Broncos, 38 out of 50 there. Our out of 125s here going to be Ricky Pearsall and Enos Rakestraw Jr. on the autos. Refractor auto is going to be Drew Bledsoe for the New England Patriots. Base autos here are going to be Jalen Wright, Michael Pratt, Ladd McConkey, Bo Nix, Jermaine Burton, Cameron Kitchens, Roman Wilson, and Aeneas Smith. Followed by our patch auto of Adonai Mitchell to 15 there for the Colts. And Caleb Williams on the Providence patch red parallel auto. I believe we said it was to 75.
75,
yeah. Yeah, to 75 on that. For our patches here, Jatavion Sanders 7 of 50 on the 3-color patch. Trey Benson on the patch to 75. Ladd McConkey to 150. And Antonio Freeman to 150. On our numbered stuff, we got as low as red to 5 with Roman Wilson and Drew Brees out of Cosmic. That was a nice one. Out of 20, Doug Williams, Xavier Worthy to 25, Corbett to 25, and Jalen Wright to 25. On our golds to 50, Billy Sims, Kurt Warner, Drake May gold to 50, and Hakeem Nicks to 50. On our numbered to 75s, Ray Lewis, Larry Johnson, Irving Fryer, Jaden Daniels, Boomer Esiason, Dwayne Bowe, and Adonai Mitchell. Our out of 99s here, Jalen Polk, Dwayne Bowe, Michael Pratt, Peyton Manning, Don Majowski, and Edrin James. For our out of 125s, Danny Amendola, Blake Corum, and Terrell Owens. Our out of 150s, Kelvin Hill for the Cowboys, Roman Wilson, Bucky Irving, and Austin Reed for the Bears. Out of 200, Xavier Legette, Roger Craig, and Chad Johnson. Out of 250, Peyton Manning, Johnny Wilson, and Craig Morton. Out of 325, Keon Coleman and Adrian Peterson. And on our shorter prints / case hits, for our nucleus, we got Jim Kelly, Ozzie Newsome, Nate Wiggins, Boomer Esiason, Aeneas Smith. I believe these are called, I don't remember what these were called, Star or something, for the Philadelphia Eagles. On our mystery, I think so, mystery card, it was J.J. Watt there. On our white hole, it was Terrell Owens. On our planetary pursuit, we hit Xavier Worthy on the sun, and our case hit out of finest was Steve Young on the Bombardiers. That is going to do it for our 12 boxer. We do have our Leaf Metal football break coming up shortly. So if you are in that, I will see you in a little bit. And if you are not, then good luck and have a good rest your day. Later, y'all.